The Armenian Orthodox Church of St. John the Baptist, one of the oldest churches in Myanmar, is struggling to remain open despite the fact that the congregation only occasionally reaches double-digit figures. Located on a street corner in downtown Yangon, it is 150 years old. Reverend John Felix can't speak Armenian, but then neither can anybody in his congregation, all 7 of them. In the early 17th century, large numbers of Armenians fled the Ottoman Empire. Their closeness to the Burmese royal court gave them a particularly privileged status in Rangoon's trading community. The land on which the church stands is said to have been presented by Burma's king. Within a few years following the country's independence in 1948, a military-backed government came in power and made little effort to develop commercial links beyond the country's borders. According to church records, there were once a few hundred Armenian families in Burma. The region's most prestigious hotels, including the Strand, located a short walk from the church, were established by Armenians. But over the years, many of these small Armenian outposts have looked for a new home, with Australia becoming the most favored destination. Happily, the past few years have brought on changes, and Myanmar has been edging towards a greater democracy. It has even started to open its doors more widely to foreign businesses. What was once one of Asia's most international cities is trying to regain this position and is developing a more cosmopolitan side. Hopefully, a church which has its roots in an earlier area of international commerce may find some sustenance from a new round of foreign trade. The Westboro Baptist Church has landed itself in the headlines once again, this time for pledging to protest comedian Robin Williams' funeral. But the controversial church members didn't expect their fiery comments and antics would inadvertently help raise almost $100,000 in honor of the comedian. The fundraising campaign aimed against Westboro Baptist Church's planned protest was given a boost when Australian comedian Adam Hills voiced his frustration about the church's public statements against Robin Williams. He offered to pay for members of Westboro Baptist Church to go to Iraq and to protest the Islamic State. If you really believe in standing up to those threatening the Christian way of life, how about putting your money where your mouth is, taking the direct flight to Iraq and picketing the people threatening to behead Christians if they don't convert, Hill said on his TV show, The Last Leg. Westboro sources said the church had already been there and had their bags packed to go again. In a later show, Hill scoffed, "We did seriously look into this and took on board advice from both the US and UK governments, neither of which was too happy about us sending professional shit stirrers into a war zone." The comedian urged others to help in supporting St. Jude's Children's Hospital in memory of Robin Williams. "Not only will it help a child, it'll really piss off a bigot," Hills said. A description of the fundraiser reads, "We are inviting the public to show their respect and support for a man who's spent his life making others smile. Please join planting peace and counteracting the WBC's message of hate through a fundraising event benefiting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, a cause Mr. Williams passionately and publicly supported." The court in Dashagu's Turkmenistan has been handing down criminal convictions against Jehovah's Witnesses. Fellow Jehovah's Witnesses who live in this country where the majority of people identify as Muslims say the allegations against their comrades are fabricated and they have been subject to mistreatment by police in Dashagu's. One of them, 42-year-old Bahram Shamuradov, was sentenced on July 2nd to 4 years in a prison labor camp on charges of distributing pornography. Fellow Jehovah's Witnesses told online service Forum 18 that false charges had been drummed up by the authorities to punish Shamuradov for exercising his religious freedom, a right under Turkmenistani law. The accusation of distributing pornography has been levied by this court before. In 2012, 2 other Jehovah's Witnesses, Abek Saleyev and Vladimir Nuraleyev, had their effects seized and inspected by Turkmenistani officials. Other members of the faith told Forum 18 that the evidence used against the men was planted in that case as well. The Jehovah's Witnesses allege that once in police custody, these people were subject to mistreatment including forced injections, physical abuse, and threats of sexual violence. When contacted by Forum 18, Dashagu's police personnel adamantly refused to comment on the matter.